Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. We're going to transform you from a frustrated knowledge worker into a total NotebookLM power user. Because, if you've ever stared at a mountain of PDFs, huge spreadsheets, and that one browser window with literally 47 open tabs, feeling totally overwhelmed, well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking Google's NotebookLM. It's an absolute game changer. It's less about AI doing the work for you and way more about it helping you actually think. So let's get right to it.
Here's our roadmap for today's explainer. First, the information overload problem. Then, meeting your private AI. After that, the basic startup guide, generating tables and insights, audio and video overviews, and finally, pro tips for power users.
Part 1. The information overload problem, or drowning in documents. We're starting with a massive pain point we literally all share.
Whether you're a lawyer prepping for a deposition, a consultant, or a PhD student hoarding messy digital files, look at this number, 60. That's the number of hours some researchers are grinding per week, just struggling to synthesize literature. And you know what that shows? The problem isn't your effort, it's your architecture. If you're reading document after document, desperately trying to hold all those scattered connections in your head, you're going to hit a wall. It's like a giant puzzle, but you're trying to solve it blindfolded. You need a system that digests the sheer volume without losing those absolutely crucial fine details.
Part 2. Meet your private AI, the cure to hallucinations. Let's talk about our hero here, NotebookLM.
This fundamentally flips how you interact with artificial intelligence. It's not just another chatbot, it's a private, closed universe thinking ecosystem. And that's the core contrast right there, a closed universe versus the open web. See, when you ask standard AI models a question, they pull from their massive open web training data. They might give you a great answer, or they might just confidently make something up. NotebookLM is completely different. It only knows what you tell it. It's restricted strictly to your uploaded documents. That dramatically reduces hallucinations and keeps your data completely private.
So, it's what we call source grounded. It doesn't pull in outside authorities unless you explicitly upload them. And even better, every single answer it gives you comes with an exact, clickable inline citation. If it makes a claim, it points you to the exact paragraph in your specific PDF where it found it. Your credibility stays completely intact. And just look at the sheer variety of formats you can feed into this thing to build your knowledge base. You aren't just uploading text. We're talking PDF research papers, pasting a YouTube URL to analyze the transcript, uploading images of a messy whiteboard session, or connecting rows of Google Sheets data. You can even drop in omni-wearable audio memos you recorded on the go. It takes all these different mediums and harmonizes them into one highly searchable brain. Part 3, the basic startup guide, building your first brain. Okay, let's get our hands dirty. Building your very first project notebook is incredibly intuitive once you understand the core philosophy. Listen to this expert advice. Curate, don't dump. If you're just picking random sources and dumping them all in here, it's really no different than using ChatGPT. You really have to treat this tool as a thinking ecosystem. Vet your sources carefully. The biggest mistake beginners make is just running to Google, downloading 20 random articles, and dumping the whole shebang into a notebook. Remember, the AI is only as smart as the sources you feed it. Handpick the absolute best materials. Curate your input to guarantee the quality of your output. So here is your exact setup workflow. Step 1, hit create. Step 2, upload your carefully vetted sources. You get up to 50 sources per notebook in the free version. Step 3, and this is the absolute secret sauce, guys, setting a persona prompt. In the configure chat settings, you get up to 10,000 characters to completely tailor your AI's expertise. You don't just want a generic summary. You want it to act as a rigorous research advisor, an elite marathon coach, or a hypercritical legal reviewer. Give it a specific role and watch the quality of your answers just skyrocket. Part 4, generating tables and insights, the extraction engine. Let's see what happens when we start querying the stuff we just uploaded.
This is where NotebookLM stops being just a digital filing cabinet and becomes a powerful extraction engine. Imagine you just uploaded 15 dense academic papers. You simply prompt it, hey, create a table summarizing each paper's key findings, methods, and limitations. Boom. In 30 seconds, it reads everything and generates a perfectly structured, cited comparison table just like this. And remember, every single piece of data in that table has a tiny citation number attached so you can instantly verify the source. It's basically magic.
Now, if you're a lawyer cross-examining an expert or a manager navigating 18 conflicting opinions across a dozen emails, this next feature is going to be your new best friend. We call it the argument surgeon. You can upload dueling expert reports or competing pitches and ask, where do these sources contradict each other? It won't just tell you there's a disagreement, it quotes the exact lines where the clash happens, arming you with the exact data you need to make your case.
Part 5, Audio and Video Overviews, the Studio Magic. Let's pivot from text to the platform's insanely engaging 2026 multimedia studio outputs.
Seriously, how do you read 50 dense PDFs while commuting to work? Well, you don't. You listen to them. Think about all that wasted time in transit or doing chores, wishing you could catch up on your reading list. NotebookLM actually transforms your dry documents into engaging podcast hosts, animated videos, or editable slide decks in literally minutes. The audio overview feature creates this highly realistic two-host audio format discussing your sources. And with the 2026 updates, you can guide exactly what they focus on, translate it into over 80 languages, or even set the format to a formal debate. Even wilder, you can generate cinematic video overviews or instantly turn your notes into 10 different styles of infographics, like a bento grid or a sketch note. It's a complete content production studio built right inside your notebook.
Part 6, Pro Tips for Power Users, Breaking the Limits. Now that you've got the basics down, let's unlock some advanced workflows to bypass common roadblocks.
Here's how you add new info without leaving the app, using the new agentic deep research tool. If your notebook is missing a piece of the puzzle, you don't have to bounce back to Google. Deep research actually browses hundreds of web pages in the background, builds a structured, cited report, and imports it directly into your notebook as a brand new source. It is an absolute game changer for competitive analysis.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. Optimizing your free constraints. You want to maximize those 50 source slots and daily query limits. First, if you're bumping against that 50 source limit, use the master document hack. Just paste 15 short emails or articles into a single Google Doc. NotebookLM reads the whole thing as one source, saving you 49 slots. Second, hitting your daily query cap? Use batch prompts. Ask it to do 3 or 4 things in a single multi-step prompt. And finally, if you need to delete old sources to make room, use the archiving method. Convert the AI's best summaries into a new note, make that note a source, and then ditch the bulky originals. And you no longer have to keep your projects isolated. Historically, projects were totally siloed, but with the 2026 Gemini integration, you can mount multiple notebooks as data sources right within the Gemini app. This means you can finally query across your entire accumulated knowledge base, effortlessly connecting ideas from Project A to Project B. You're breaking the silos. So it all comes down to this ultimate question: will the future of AI just think for you, or will it help you build a private ecosystem to think with you? Go create your first notebook today and experience what it's actually like to conquer information overload for good. By curating your sources and mastering these extraction tools, you aren't just saving time, you're fundamentally upgrading how you learn and analyze. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I seriously can't wait to see what you build.